TSP, we like to welcome you. Every show we drop a gem on you to invest in you. We giving you the game, not no lame shit. These other podcasts talk about the same shit. We talk sports, world news, entertainment. Good eats on that grill, we get dangerous. TSP, we like to welcome you. Your day, week, month, we hope that we can help you through.
Yes, sir. TSP episode 229. I'm your host, Bobby Hall, and with me, as always, that's my cohort, Young D-Lo. Dylan, how we doing, buddy?
Yeah, we're hanging in there, Bobby. Brought us on into the frame this week. We're looking great, looking beautiful. Lighting is great. I see behind you. You got the light fixed.
Yep.
Tremendous stuff, Bobby. Tremendous stuff. How about yourself?
It's been a rough couple days, man.
So you told me, yeah.
Running into that's the usual. I feel like I come on here once a season to talk about what's going on at the house, and we're having some plumbing issues again. On top of a few other things, we had some stuff get repaired. We had to get a cap on our exhaust pipe from the furnace and hot water heater, because we were getting water, flushing in there from the rain and Mother Nature. And then we got, those pretty bad storms Thursday, which weren't as bad as they were talking. I feel like they never are, but we did get some heavy rain and some hail, and that shit was just coming right through into that pipe, and we were still having some leakage going on. So we need to get these guys back here on Monday. Sounds like we got to get some flashing around that pipe up there, sealed off. Just yesterday, we started having some issues where the toilet's flushing, but I can just it gurgles a little bit at the very end. Tried a few different things, I dropped an absolute bomb in there, and maybe that's what it was. I need a little more fiber. I don't know, but tried some things with the plunger, snake, even some hot water and dish soap, because I guess that's something that can kind of help with some things. Nothing's working. Technically, you could probably use it to piss, but I don't want to take any chances and then just, let the stuff keep building up or whatever's going on and then have a crazy issue. So
this is off limits.
Pretty much, yeah.
I mean, have you tried, when you bought the house, did you try burning some sage or anything like that, man?
I don't know what to do at this point, man. I'm just
he's just been running
nonstop
into problems after problem. And
yeah,
I think really
and then Tori, because remember when I took you home from Jungle Gyms, it stalled out in your driveway, and I thought maybe I fucked something up because your driveway goes, at a angle a little bit.
Yeah.
So I was like, maybe I fucked something up. Had no issues at all getting home from that point, or even before that. And then she's coming home from work the following day, and it stalls out on her again, and it gets taken to a mechanic, and they can't get it to stall out, and they don't want to just start fucking with shit, and then we're paying for stuff that maybe doesn't even need to be fixed. So they gave it back to her last week, middle of the week, and everything was cool up until Thursday. And she was taking our boy Jax to the urgent care because he had been out of school for a couple of days with a sore throat. So we had to take him to urgent care, which he did end up having strep throat, which we got a message from the school saying that I guess cases have been going up lately with that, which pisses me off because a lot of fucking, and I don't want to break off into a million different things, but a lot of kids' parents will just let their kids, while it's been to school, they're fucking sick, got colds or strep throat, all this shit.
Yeah, they gotta work.
Pisses me off, man. When the kids get fucking sick, then what do? You got to call off anyway. So just take care of the fucking issue, so you're not getting other fucking people sick. But they get to the urgent care, and then her fucking car stalls out again. I got to leave work. She drives it to the mechanics, where the mechanic hops in, where they do a little, right around the block, where it does indeed stall 3 more times. So they kind of see what the fuck's going on. And it's been there since Thursday morning. and who the fuck knows what's going on with that. So yeah, man, just a lot of bullshit going on, dude. I thought we got into March, and I'm like, hey, man, the grapes under the table, New Year's trick, that's the real deal. But we got to March, and the fucking wheels fell off.
What color were the grapes?
Almost literally. Probably green, I want to say.
Okay. I mean, they have to be green. Green is the color of money, Bobby. If you want to be prosperous in life,
I mean, that's what we're spending over here. So
I would be remiss. I'm sorry to kind of end the sad parade of terribleness. I'm sorry to hear that. It's awful. But for those that are viewing right now and for those that are tuning in, be sure to hit that like button. Follow, share, subscribe to your boys at TSP _2019. We're trying to get our viewership up, subscriptions up, and and all of our followerships up on all social platforms. So, hey, it's free. It takes a couple seconds. It helps us out with the algorithms. And man, that's the best way you can support. Okay, that's the best way you can support.
100%.
Thumbs
and
up.
we just surpassed 20,000 views on YouTube, which is really cool.
That's great.
We've only been doing that for a couple years, so
Yep.
the YouTube Shorts, that's been a game changer for us, big time.
Hey,
So
just being a two-man crew, not knowing, we're traveling the podcast game without a compass, Bobby, and we're once a week kind of podcast. We're not the everyday or whatever, and you just, you're doing a hell of a job with the clips and posting those, and that's been gaining some huge traction. We should have been starting those shorts a long time ago, it seems like.
Yeah.
So I mean, things been pointing up for 26 from the podcast game standpoint. And hopefully, we can get our own TSP rocket on our back and blast off into that 500 subscriptions to do their 24-hour stream or whatever the hell you wanted to do.
Yeah. that'll be wild, man. We'll see. Because we're rounding that last turn for season 8 here. I think probably beginning of June, maybe first or second weekend of June, we'll probably hang her up and take our little summer break, come back for season 9, and also speaking of June, like, this is going to be year 7 for us, buddy.
That's
we are
incredible.
some grizzled veterans.
Grizzled veterans.
As far as podcasting itself, I think there's still a lot we can learn, and I feel like every season we pick up a new thing. We always like to call it, throwing a new coat of paint on, which I do believe.
Maybe,
but as far as podcasting itself, man, we're some vets.
Yeah, 100%. Going from, I always bring up that first episode where it sounds like we're talking through a cup and a string. Turns out my mic was not on at all, and it was just going through my phone. So I was literally just a call in on the own podcast there. But Bobby, I think something that we should learn is that taking breaks in between seasons, whether they're nice or not, sometimes that might stop the momentum that we have. So maybe we have to figure that out as far as
it could be a shorter one, but I think like the summer.
Getting some episodes,
especially because the kids are off, so there's a little more time to do what you got to do. Although we're working in the week anyway, but I don't know. It's nice to kind of at least maybe just even be a month off or something, but take a little break. Enjoy the extra day because we do burn up one of the 2 nights a week.
Sure.
We do have off to do this, which it's fine. We have a blast doing it, and we've befriended a lot of awesome people because of the show, and we've gotten hooked up from all kinds of people and stuff, so there's a lot of positives comes with it. But I think it's always good to take a little break and kind of figure out what we want to do next and add some new wrinkles to the game.
Right. And the break more so, I mean, like maybe just putting some episodes into the vault or the chamber and fire those off where technically we're not like live or broadcasting.
Or some vlogs.
But some vlogs in the chamber for sure that we're still posting content and keeping our, algorithms. We preach it every week, Bobby, with every guest that we have. It seems like that we're talking algorithms and finding the different ways that they're navigating that life in social media. But I'm sure we'll talk about it with our guest coming up on this episode, actually. So
soon. You and I got some business to take care of here in a minute, but
before
I do forget, we are off next week as far as an actual podcast episode, but we will be dropping the 6th TSP vlog from our trip over to Jungle Gyms. 15-minute video, kind of just showcasing everything we saw, some of the stuff we bought, and the trip to and from, which speaking of this kind of connects to what we were just talking about. Me and Tori kind of think we might have got some bad gas at Wawa.
Really?
I
Actually,
mean, that's,
yeah.
that's kind of the only thing I can think of at this point. Well, I mean, we'll see what the mechanics say, but I mean, I had no issues driving to your place or to Jungle Jim's, and then we drove from Jungle Jim's to Wawa, no issues, and then I filled the tank up. It was only half, so I don't know how much of it would have all mixed together. Who knows? I guess it is sloshing around in the tank, but yeah, from Wawa to your place is when things kind of went a little haywire.
It's true. Are you sure you didn't put diesel in it?
Yeah, yes. Very, very sure.
All right. It's
Yeah.
like, oh, I put the green handle in. You never know, man. You never know. Sometimes
We'll see. That could be the case, which that would really be, because other
I
than
haven't
that,
heard anything as far as local
that was a
news.
nice visit over there. We got the Coke freestyle machines, chicken sandwiches you didn't get to try, but if they're giving out bad gas, I can't fuck with them.
At least not from the fuel standpoint, but you
Yeah.
gotta go check out the drinks and food.
True. Yeah. But D'Lo,
Yeah.
the week after during our recap, or actually even before that, for a while now, I've been speaking quite highly about Roosters. They got several locations around your area. I think that's where they were born out of, was like middle of Ohio, Columbus area. They finally opened a couple spots in the Toledo area here, and I've been twice, and both times I've eaten in-house, and they've been spectacular experiences. I still stand by the fact that those are the best wings, bone-in wings that I've had around here, and the mod sticks are phenomenal, and the fries, ranch, you name it. So after hearing me talk it up, you took a trip out there to the one closest to you, which is about 20 minutes or so away, with you and the fam. You talked about it last week, and I was under the impression you guys were going to be going in to eat, but you guys actually indeed ordered takeout and then took that back with you 20 minutes back home, and then you gave your review, which it wasn't a scathing review by any means, but
No.
one of my big talking points was the mott sticks and like the coast to coast fucking cheese pull and all that shit that the kids love to do. When we first went the first time, they both came with me, and I mean seriously, like Jax handed off the one end to his sister, and she probably could have pulled that shit back to the car. It was crazy. But I mean, those came from the fryer right to 50 feet to our table. So
Sure.
big difference there. But
Sure,
my whole thing is I think if you're trying a new spot, especially if it's a sit down joint, it's a rookie move to go take out. But I don't know if you want to show part of your video or where you want to kind of jump in at, but
Yeah, I just pulled up on our shorts here, so I mean, that way I can kind of navigate through it. Here, let me do this. But I mean, I'm with you. I agree. Ideally, you would want to have it fresh. It's the best experience is to have it fresh. I 100% agree with you. With that being said, like I also reiterated through text when we were doing our back and forth originally, is that I wanted it to be compared to other places that I've also did carry up to, because we're carry up people, man. We're just like life's on the go. Hardly ever sitting down and going, because we were out there for not just Roosters, but we were kind of doing some shopping around, and it was getting late. We wanted to swing by through. Funny story. I'll keep this short. Didn't know they didn't. I mean, now that you mentioned that it's more like a Frickers, I thought there was a drive-through situation. So we got there, found out there's no drive-through, and Jen's busting my balls about it because she's like, how do you not do this research before? So we're sitting in the car for like 20, 25 minutes after I ordered and have to wait for my carry out in the parking lot. But I digress. We should have just went in anyways at that point, but it was packed. It was March Madness. As you'd imagine, a wing joint is packed during that kind of this time of year. And I wanted to be compared to other places because you said this place was better than Wingstop. This is your number one wing joint. And Wingstop's my number one wing. All right. So I love wings from Wingstop. The fries, elite. And even like we talk about their ranch, their house-made ranch is incredible. So
yes, sir.
I do not hold it to that standard, Roosters. I will here play this real quick. Yeah, pulled up now. Share. Boom. All right. So you should be able to hear it now. Showing off the spread here of what we got. A little this, a little that. Up next is going to be the review. we're gonna try these Rooster mac and cheese bites, kind of like a Dorito shape here. We're gonna dip it in some nacho cheese sauce. Mac and cheese bites were actually really good. Daughters loved them. Get that cross section. There you go. Next up, and honestly, Bobby Hall. So Roosters had really good mozzarella sticks to the cheese pool. Now I didn't get these hot and fresh. We did have a 20-minute drive home, but we're gonna try to test out this cheese pool. Okay. Oh. Cheese dried up a little bit on me, Bobby. Definitely not across the table pool, but we got something. Jen was trying to keep her composure behind the camera. The sauce is immaculate. Yeah, cheese unfortunately sucks. I wish it was hotter. Maybe it cooled during the drive home, so I'm going to chunk it up to that. Curve the score a little bit. The mac and cheese bites are great. It's like an 8-2. I got boneless wings. So we're going to jump the wings here. This is plain Jane. But right here, we have the mix. They have an option where you can pick your sauce or you can mix your sauce up to 3 different combinations. We're going with the parm garlic, and I went with medium. Bobby wanted to get hot, but I want a flavorful medium. So Parmesan garlic with a medium mix. Try it. Let's get a good one here. And I know you posted a question on wing that's on or off, or the sauce on or off your wings. I like dipping my wings in sauce. Nice strip on that.
When it comes to takeout, I'm getting sauce on the side every time.
Yeah.
Because those still held their crisp. If you would have had that sauce, they'd have been soggy as shit.
Not bad. Sure. I'm going to give this.
Yeah.
8-2. 8-2 on the wings. Good crisp. Juicy white meat. The combination of these two sauces, parm garlic.
I told you, though. I mean, I got hot, which I don't know how much of the difference would be with the medium, but I told you, man.
Right.
It's a good mix. But yeah, if I'm in the restaurant, I'm getting sauce on for sure. But takeout, I'm getting them on the side.
Right. So the final score is 7-4. Obviously curved. It's a carry-out score. So I mean, take it for what you will. I mean, it's good. It's still a good score. I think it's a great score. I wanted to compare it to the carry-outs that I get because Wingstop.
You skipped by a box too. What did Jen get? Parmesan garlic? Was that what those were with the little Parmesan?
Yeah, those were the Parmesan garlic. She got sauce.
What was her thoughts?
That's what she liked. She said it was mid. So she's a Wingstop girl. She likes Wingstop as well.
Mid. Wow.
Yeah. And I mean, I don't know if she kind of has probably biased opinion because her friend went there, and she didn't like it at all. So she had a completely negative perspective on it. She was actually there. She didn't do the carry out. Her friend did. So to each their own, I guess. And when it comes to wings, I mean, everyone has their own wing place. I like Wingstop, man. Wingstop's great, and that still holds the throne for me. I know you call them fast food wings, but I don't even really feel like it's a fast food joint. I mean, I guess it is technically, but
fast casual. I mean, you can't sit down there. I don't think.
No, you can't.
It's not the one by me.
Which I wouldn't want to, anyways. I'm carry out boy. Life on the go.
How far is that one to you guys?
That's about the same as Wingstop. 20 minutes, 15, 20 minutes, somewhere in that ballpark.
I think the biggest culprit is just the fact that it sat because. I'm sure those fries weren't good sitting in that moisture-filled styrofoam.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't the greatest. I mean, Wingstop, like I said, same drive as Wingstop, so it is on a fair playing field. Same thing with Raising Cane's, all that kind of stuff. I think Raising Cane's is better than Roosters.
Well, but they're not in the same field, though. Really, are they?
Wings.
They're chicken
wings,
tenders.
Chicken. It's chicken. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I think you went in there for whatever reason thinking Roosters was like fast food or fast casual.
Frickers is better ther Roosters if we want to compare the same.
That you could argue. Yeah. I still think Roosters is top of the top, but see, Jacob here says Cane's is fingers, and he's right. Can't put him in the wing game. That's fair. That's a fair statement. Yeah, I mean Frickers. That's where, like Frickers and Roosters, like that's more of a head-to-head than the other places you're naming.
Okay, and if that's the case, then
the sports bar, sports bar, sit-down joint.
Does Roosters have Keno?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, there we go. Now we're
I
talking.
think, and I also the thing I said too was the fact that we got the two like newer locations where they're throwing heat. You know what I mean? The
They got
Huber
to.
Heights spot. I don't know how new it is, so they might just be doing what's
It looks like it's been
what
there
they're
a
doing to
while.
get by. But like you said, they're doing numbies. You know, there was a packed house.
Yeah.
Obviously, March Madness probably is a help with that, and I'm sure if they're packed during March Madness, I'm sure Football Sundays is a madhouse.
Yeah.
So
It was not bad by any stretch of imagination.
I'm a big fan. I didn't, I don't expect you to just, like everything I like, or not everyone has to like the same things. That's just my opinion. I'm saying they're 2 for 2 right now. I don't see them changing much. And I even had a couple of my buddies come and they were blown away. But to each their own. But like I said, also too, young D'Lo, you're against the grain guy.
Now, are you saying I'd go against the grain on purpose for
Well, yeah,
clicks,
I mean
or-
you've said it before. Yeah,
What do you mean?
you like to go against the grain.
On purpose, or just
Yeah.
so I'm vendetting my own opinion because I just want to go against the grain.
I think it could have been as good as I say, but I think there still would have been like a grading curve.
I'm just saying, Bobby.
Because you like Wingstop so much, which that's fine. Wingstop is elite to me too.
Okay. Okay.
But Roosters just they got my attention.
Understood. But I mean, I'll try to be as fair as possible. I'm not trying to go against the grain for any sake of dispersing your takes and your I guess recommendations, if you will. Because I mean, you've been batting 1,000 for a while. And, this is probably the first one of many that I've kind of been like, it's maybe not as good as he said it was. Because you have pointed me in the direction of Wingstop. So you open my eyes to Wingstop.
Which
to be fair.
Wingstop, they got him in the ranch department. You know what I mean? So
It was great. It was great. Just it was not my number one. So
that's fair. I think we got the brunt of our disagreements via text because you're a little cranky that morning, Neil. I don't know if it was a late end of the shift or what, but you're a little snippy,
my
man.
dick off. Yeah, I've been working my dick off lately, man.
Once you get snippy, I get a little snippy. So
hey, I like it. I like a little combat, which we can bring to the show more often. It's great for
yeah. I mean, I guess this all took place 3 days ago, so I guess kind of fizzled out a little bit, but still, it was good to bring up. And those of you if you haven't tried it, give it a shot. Let us know what you think. They're popping up all over the place, so chances are you might, at least in Ohio, you might have one your way. But D'Lo, we're gonna switch gears over here to a place that we're not quite fond of, and that's Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. There's not a whole lot of stuff for us to love over there.
Nope.
In that area. But there is a gentleman that's over there, very funny, makes a lot of hilarious skits, and portraying Pittsburgh folks. Because, they have that, like, Yinzer accent, if you know what I'm saying. I think some people might know what I'm talking about. If not,
I got family.
You might learn some more about that. And I might not be saying the right thing. Who knows? You have family in Pittsburgh?
Yeah, my mom's side of the family. Yeah.
No way. Steelers fans?
I would not say in Pittsburgh, and I'd probably surrounding areas, but yeah,
Okay.
I think some of them are Pittsburgh fans. I would imagine.
Man. Well, that's crazy.
I mean, like I'm like Bobby, not very familiar with external family, so it's like I go to a family reunion, and I might as well be at a stranger's family reunion. You know what I'm saying?
That's fair.
They come up to
That's
me
fair.
and it's like, "Oh my god, I remember you from whatever," and I'm like, I mean, I don't even know your name.
Okay. Do they have a Pittsburgh toilet in the basement?
Pittsburgh.
question.
What's this? We're gonna have to ask our guest.
Yeah, I guess so. But yeah, I think a decent amount of you have probably seen this guy, pop up on your algorithms along the way. That's how it happened for me. I got quite a bit of enjoyment from this like series, I guess you'd call it, of Don and Deb. These two like very heavy accented Pittsburgh people that just kind of are a on and off again couple, I guess you'd say. On top of a bunch of stuff, but Dylan, it's this guy. The more I learned about him, the more I was just like, wow, we got to get him on the show because like he's a comedian, but like he's been very open about like his struggles with mental health, like drug addiction, and he's kind of pulled himself out of those holes to kind of build and maintain one of the funniest platforms on the internet today. So we had to bring him in. So for episode 229 today, we have with us Joe Long. Joe, thanks for joining us, man, on TSP. Really appreciate some of your time, man. How we doing?
Oh, there we go. Try it again. I got you.
So I cannot hear you at all. I have not been able to the whole time.
This happened.
This happened before.
Yeah, with Dan. Still no?
Yeah. I'm trying to read lips over here. I can't.
Wow.
I haven't heard you.
We've been talking for a half hour. That sucks.
All right, Bobby. I want to drop him out.
Okay.
Text him, and he's going to have to come out. He's going to have to leave StreamYard and come back in using the same link. Or I'll actually, just to be safe, I'll send him a new link.
Okay.
And then we'll just do it that way. Because this happened before on our last guest. Not our last guest, but a couple guests ago. I remember this happening.
What am I? I'm telling him to leave?
Leave the StreamYard, exit out, and I'm resending a new link to join in. And then we'll just do it that way. Because I think that's what we did last time and ended up working out. So
okay, hopefully we'll see it. Is he still with us?
Well, he's using his phone.
He may not see it.
Yeah, he's got
while
it.
He's on his phone.
He's got it. He's reading it right now. He's looking like maybe he might live. Anyways, I digress. We'll get him back on, ladies and gentlemen. We'll get him back on. You're looking live.
Yeah, that sucks, man. Because he's on his phone, so he had no way of hitting the private chat.
Yeah, that's a
looks like he
damn
did leave,
shame.
So that's good.
Yeah, he left. He'll jump back in, and we'll get this rolling. We'll try.
Yeah, I guess while we're waiting, man, the thing I've been like really talking. I don't know what the fuck. I don't know shit about fuck, as we know. But I've been just like going on Instagram stories. I did it again today. Global winding, Dylan. What the fuck's going on here? I don't remember it being this windy growing up.
Global wind. Okay, I didn't know where you were
it's
going.
It's like every other day with the shit. Like we just had this crazy storm Thursday where shit's blowing around. A couple weeks ago, we had 70-mile-an-hour winds here, almost 90 in Cleveland. I lose my mailbox, which that was a part of the list I didn't fucking talk about earlier. Got that, lost the mailbox. And then now they're talking about Tuesday again. More shit, more fucking storms, more wind.
That's spring for you, brother.
I'm tired of it, man. I just don't remember the wind. I remember like rain and all that stuff. I know how April showers, all that bullshit, but I just don't remember all the wind and all that stuff. But
yeah,
we'll worry about that later. Let's see. He's back in here.
Okay, we'll try to take you here. Hopefully we can. We got something here. Let's see if we got something here.
So we can pull it in here. Check. You got us? Hear us?
I can hear you.
Okay.
There we go. Happened. You're not the first.
We had the same exact issue happen with our buddy Dan Hamer, like about a month ago, and same thing. We didn't know until we brought him on. And
yeah, I didn't hear nothing.
Damn it!
Yeah, we were really really fucking punking you. So it's good that you didn't hear a lot of that.
Okay.
No, there's a lot of chicken wing talk actually. So
nice. First off, I just want to say go Steelers. No.
We were talking about that too. Is that so that you are a Steelers guy?
Kind of. I mean, by default.
Sure.
I'm not really a sports person, really.
Okay. That's fair.
But
we're a lowly ass bottom of the barrel Browns fans. So
yeah, I've been to a couple games, and I mean I support my teams, but I'm not like crazy. I don't know a whole lot about sports, to be honest. I'm more of an artist.
Yeah, okay. There it is. Before we jump into it, though, I do got to ask, because I've seen it on, I was always a big Man versus Food guy, all those kind of shows. Is Permane Brothers like the real deal, or is it just a tourist trap?
Okay, so I'm going to be real with you, all right? Okay. I've done an ad for them.
Okay.
So I'm biased.
Okay.
All right. However,
because it does look good, I just don't know if it's like
it's fine. It's good, but there are other places in Pittsburgh that make the Pittsburgh style sandwiches better.
Okay.
No shade to Permane's. I love you guys.
Yeah, I don't mean to put you in a weird spot. I just that's the one thing that when people go to Pittsburgh on any of those shows, Permane Bros is like where they pop into every time.
I mean, all it is it's fries and coleslaw on your sandwich.
Yeah. Which
but we've got places here like Portofino's is one. They make a hefty boy, dude. It's like a heavy sandwich.
Oh,
so,
I like that.
Yeah, Portofino's. Shout out them.
Which, correct me if I'm wrong, because I did some research and stuff, so I don't know how. You never know what you find online if it's true or not. But you're not originally from Pittsburgh.
No, I was born in Alabama.
Okay, that's what I seen. Okay.
Yeah, but I grew up here. I've been here since the 90s.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, you can kind of hear it in the voice. So
yeah.
You got the Yinzer accent is what I called it. Is that even like the correct terminology?
Pittsburghese, they call it.
Okay, there it is.
I exaggerated in my videos.
Yeah,
but I still have it. It's just not as thick as I lay on when I'm doing my characters and stuff.
Right. Which we'll kind of be jumping all over the place because the first thing that kind of came across my desk was Don and Deb. You know, your big your video series or whatever you want to call that.
Right.
Which you kind of lay on the accent, pretty thick because those are a couple of Pittsburgh like I called them like an on and off again couple.
Right.
I don't know if that's fair assessment, but
they're pretty
started
on.
Doing that.
They were pretty on. They weren't really off. But it was like I only did it every so often.
Which is smart, because then it doesn't get stale or.
Yeah, I've kind of it's been a while since I've done one.
Yeah. I think that's a smart thing to do, man, because if you keep doing the same thing over and over again, people will be like, this shit's old. So, but when you pop up out of nowhere, it's like, oh, shit.
I mean, I'll get
it's like a little treat.
I'll get comments of people being like, bring back Don and Deb, but it's like I have to do like things organically or I can't sleep at night. Like I have to.
Right.
So as it comes to me, I'll do them, but I try to, like lately I've been doing like Yinzer songs, like song covers.
Yep.
And that's been doing pretty good on Instagram. So that's like been my like recent thing, but even that I'm getting tired of doing it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
How accurate is Don and Deb to like people you actually know? Like,
they're based off
like that.
They're based off real people in my life.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It wasn't a couple. It wasn't a couple. But like I knew a real Debbie, I knew a real Donnie. And so I based it off of them loosely. But like they're very much Pittsburgh people, yeah.
Do you get people like from like the Pittsburgh area, like in your comments, like holy shit, like that's accurate. Like I know people like that, and
yeah, there's a lot of Dons and Debs in Pittsburgh, like literally, like even just the names.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
Yeah, and like those are like the kind of people I would think about, when I think of Pittsburgh, or like because you guys like Pittsburgh people have like a pretty distinct accent, and like Philly, like Delco area,
right. Which is similar.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, now that I think about it. True.
They say use instead of yins, but it's other than that, like the accent itself is very similar.
Yeah, I guess that is true. I didn't think about that.
That's why people always spam me. They call me Bam Margera, or like variations of it. They'll say Spam Margera or Ham Margera because I'm chubby.
Which he's a Pennsylvania guy too, isn't he?
Yeah.
At least he lived there for a while. That's what I thought. Yeah.
Yep.
What a guy.
Pennsylvania has Bam Margera, and then we had Rob Dyrdek. I think Rob Dyrdek's an Ohio guy.
Right.
True.
So
collectively, they're responsible for 10,000 episodes of MTV content.
Right.
And probably 9,000 is Rob Dyrdek.
True.
Ridiculousness.
Surprised with all the streaming platforms, MTV doesn't have like a 90s classic or early 2000s classic where just like a vault of Bam Margera's and whatnots.
I remember I had like the old like CKY video. That was a Bam Margera thing.
Yeah.
They did some gnarly pranks on each other.
Yeah, man. That would be like especially, you're even watching like the Jackass movies. Like that would be such a stressful group to be around. Cause if you fall asleep, you're gonna wake up missing hair, or you're fucking teabagged, or some shit, some goofy shit. Where it's like you gotta sleep with one eye open and just kind of keep your head on a swivel. Yeah, that'd be too much for me.
Exactly.
But yeah, Joe. So I mean, before we'll jump back to the beginning now. Were you before you jumped onto like TikTok and social media and stuff? Were you ever doing like skits with friends, or were you doing?
I did a handful. I started on like whenever MySpace was out and like the early days of YouTube. I would make videos with my friend Jess and like just silly shit. But that was when it started, but we only did like a handful. And then I like didn't do anything for a few years, then did a few on YouTube again, like in I would say like around 2012 or so. But I didn't really start like doing it every day until what 2021 I think is when I got on TikTok.
Yeah, it seems to be most people's starting point.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like it was after COVID. I don't know how deep we want to go in this, but like I'm schizophrenic and I had a really bad psychosis. And when I came back to, I ended up suffering from agoraphobia for 4 years. And during that time frame, my sister was like, why don't you like making silly videos. Why don't you do that? Like that would probably be therapeutic for you, because I was stuck in the house, man. I didn't go nowhere for 4 years. I mean, I went like out maybe 20, 25 times total in that 4 years. And that was just in the car. I still wasn't ready to like go into a store or anything. So, but I miraculously got over it. And now I go out and do all kinds of crap. So,
Yeah, that was something I guess since you brought it up, I was going to ask like, what does that feel like from your perspective? I guess like psychosis and that sort of thing.
For me, I like always like have delusions of grandeur. Like in the mafia or a secret service agent or a vampire hunter, like wild stuff. But it's my reality at the time. Like I truly believe it. And I have auditory hallucinations, visual hallucinations. Like it's bad, man. It gets real bad. But I ended up at 30 getting my proper diagnosis. I was misdiagnosed from 13 years old to 30. Finally got my proper diagnosis, but they couldn't find the right meds yet. And then I ended up getting on the right meds at 32 after that gnarly psychosis. And that like was a game changer. That I haven't had one since, and I'm 38. So that was like
That's huge.
Totally like changed everything for me.
Yeah,
So,
that's gigantic.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of people. I mean, you spoke, on a lot of this stuff, but I feel like people see like the funny side mostly, but I don't think they've realized, how much you've kind of went through as far as that side of things. There's also been, bouts with, addiction. And I think I also seen too, which again, you can kind of tell me if it's false or true, but I seen you were homeless at one point, like out west.
Yeah.
Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So, I
guess
guess
you saw that damn documentary, didn't you?
I looked up. I just I googled you. I did my Googles, and there was an article with a lot of this info, but I didn't know there was
that article is valid.
Okay.
But no, somebody made a damn documentary about me, and it's a lot of misinformation in there. So
yeah, that's why like the stuff that I looked up or jotted down, I kind of want to make sure it's accurate.
Yeah, no,
stuff,
that was in the city paper, correct?
I think so.
Yeah.
Like I think it was Pittsburgh something paper.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I guess because we knew that you were born in Alabama and then kind of pivoted to Pittsburgh. How do we take a far left out west?
I was in a psychosis. I was pursuing my rap career. Okay.
Oh, okay.
So when I was in my teens and 20s, I wanted to be a rapper and an actor, but like primarily a rapper. And so when I'm in a psychosis, again, the delusions of grandeur, I'll just go to LA and it'll just happen.
Yeah.
You know, I got out there and I was just homeless out there wandering around. So safe to say that did not take place.
Well, good thing
But
you got out of there. I mean,
yeah,
that's tough because even today, it seems like that's a big thing out there. What was the rap name?
oh, I've had multiple. So it always comes back to Joe Long though. But like I started out, my first one was Forward, like FOREWORD. I don't even know if there's anything up online still under that name. But that was like my very first, like when I first started recording and all that. But I've had multiple, dude. Like literally. So, all right. So long story short, I also have OCD.
That could be your album name, by the way.
What?
Long story short.
Long story short, yeah. No, I'm done pursuing rap. Now I just do it as it's like a passion project. I still do it, but I don't want to be, like an old head rapper. That's just not in the cards for me. Like nothing against it, you know what I mean? Like,
Sure.
Do you? But me personally, this is more my lane now. Is like I want to do, I want to do comedic acting. That's my biggest dream. Is like I would really like to have a comedic role in something. And I've got voice acting coming up. I just got into that recently.
I feel like in this day and age, I don't want to say easy, but maybe easier to get into that stuff these days than it was 20 years ago or whatever. Because there's stuff like, even, I mean, and people laugh at it, but like you could get a role like on a Tubi movie. You know what I mean? And that's that's a start.
I'm with that.
That's what I'm saying. We got a buddy of ours. His name's Terrell Wright. He did like a whole TV series that's supposed to drop on Tubi, and obviously people think of that and they might chuckle and shit, but I still think that's how you cut your teeth and kind of get your foot in the door, because Tubi's a pretty big platform. Whether you want to, it's not Netflix, but still people watch that stuff, and all you got to do is have the right person watch whatever's on there, and you might get an email, call, or whatever, but
Exactly.
or even just doing like YouTube stuff. Yeah, I mean you can just kind of. It's almost like putting out like audition tapes almost, with some of these videos.
Right. That's what I'm about to do, voice acting for a cartoon on YouTube.
Nice.
But like the guy's already getting decent views, so it's not like I'm going into something that's just starting out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm going to be on the season finale of it. So
okay.
Yeah, so
will that carry over into the next season, or is it just like kind of a one-time to see what happens?
I don't want to jinx myself, but
Yeah.
Supposedly it will be I'll be the main character in the next thing he puts out. It's going to be a totally different cartoon though.
Voice acting is a good gig.
Yeah, that's the beauty
that's
of it.
what I'm saying.
Will it be you can just trash one character, create a new one, still have a job in that,
Right.
You just have, or be multiple characters, really. You be multiple characters if you have diversity in your voice tonalities and stuff like that.
Well,
how do you get in? Go ahead.
2 characters on the finale.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
That's awesome. How does one get into that? Do you have you have to get like an agency to help find you those things? You just looking for it on your own.
Dude, I have no idea. This guy just reached out to me.
Oh, nice.
I personally don't know, or I would have been getting into it for, just because that's always been a dream of mine too. Like, and over the past few years, I've had people ask me, like, why don't you get into voice acting, dude? Like, you got a good voice, you know what I mean? And you do characters, so like you'd probably be good at it. And I'm just like, I wish I knew. I have no idea how to go about that. I see like ads for them, and there's like 1,000 people commenting in it. I want to do it. I want to do it. And it's like, I don't see myself getting in there. But yeah, this guy reached out to me, and he actually used to work. I don't know if you've ever heard of Meat Canyon.
Yeah.
Yeah, he worked on I think 50 episodes with him.
Okay.
Yeah, and
that's some far out shit, dude.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. This isn't quite that disturbing, but it's still silly.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, that's Yeah, he gets in some shit. He might be on something. I don't know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
That's cool though, man. Yeah, that's you could do that forever. You know, obviously when it comes to like being on screen acting, I feel like you can only maybe do that for so long. But as far as as you age and stuff, but voice acting, I think one of the guys, Will Friedle, he was no, not Corey Matthews, but his brother Eric Matthews. He's been doing like voice acting ever since like Boy Meets World, and still has like shit ton of gigs, and he's very successful doing that stuff. So
That's awesome.
yeah, that'd be a good gig. But we're all over the place here, but I kind of want to
Sorry.
touch on the one thing too. No, we're good, man. I think
your
that's
job.
kind of speaks to you, man. You're kind of a multifaceted guy. So, but I wanted to talk about when times weren't so good, and you kind of found yourself in bout with like addiction, drug addiction and stuff.
Right.
Do you remember like a specific moment when you realized like, holy shit, like I'm in deep?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what all I can say on here.
Yeah, I mean whatever you feel comfortable with, man. So.
But no, in my last psychosis, because it always is worse once I go into an episode. That's when I start doing the hard drugs because I really don't care and I'm just out of my mind. But yeah, I remember like coming to because what happened was I came back to Pittsburgh from being somewhere in the fucking country. I was in Columbus, Ohio, than the last psychosis. But I come back, go over to my buddy's house. He's like, God, you fucking reek, man. He's like, take a shower and I'll give you a change of clothes. And so I did that. And then I took off and I ended up walking for miles and miles because that's another thing I do. I actually walked along the Pacific Coast Highway when I was out in Cali for like 5 months straight. I was just walking along the Pacific Coast. So, but this time, like I said, I was back in Pittsburgh. I walked from like Mount Washington to Crafton, which is super far. And I lit up a joint outside of this gym. There was like a gym and a Dunkin' Donuts, and which is like, but anyways, this guy was walking in, this like bodybuilder dude, and he's like, you can't be smoking weed out here. I'm like, man, mind your business. And the cops pull around like a few minutes later. I guess they called him on me. And I had a warrant because I had freaked out and kicked in a McDonald's door. And because ended up getting jumped at this McDonald's. It's this whole long story, but they kicked my ass right in the fucking lobby. And I went back a couple days later. They wouldn't serve me. I guess probably it makes sense because I was like, my behavior was erratic, even though I was the one who got beat up. But I ended up freaking out and kicking in their door. So I had a warrant for that, and I went to jail. And while I was in jail, it was when they found the right meds for me. When I got on the right meds, I mean, within a week, dude, probably, maybe a little longer, I was out of my psychosis and completely lucid and was just like, what the fuck did I do? I'm like, and not just from that psychosis, but like all of them. It was like once I was on the meds, I had total clarity, and it was just like, damn, I thought about everything. Like, I mean, I was the guy, I was never into needles, but I like smoked heroin and like, did all kinds of crazy shit. So it was like that jail sentence was the eye opener for me because I was just like, damn, like and I'm sitting there remembering every cringe, crazy thing I say and do while I'm in a psychosis, telling people, swearing up and down I'm in the mafia. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's crazy.
And like getting into fights because of it, And it's just like, damn, I was like, when I was in my agoraphobia stage, I was like scared to leave the house because I didn't know who all I pissed off.
Right.
You know, I didn't know who all I had threatened and who I was talking crazy to and all that. So yeah, it was that jail stint that did it for me, because I was just like, damn, man. And I was in some random jail, like I wasn't even in my hometown jail. You know, they extradited me or whatever it's called.
Yeah, it's almost like it's probably a good thing that bodybuilder didn't mind his own business.
Yeah, for sure.
It was a blessing in disguise.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Would you? I guess it almost sounds like it boils down to just the simple fact that you finally got the correct medication. That kind of was like what kind of saved you, really.
That was it, man. Yeah, I mean, and getting the proper diagnosis.
Sure.
Because they thought I was just bipolar. What I am is I'm schizoaffective bipolar type. So I have symptoms of both. But when I'm just taking SSRIs, it's not addressing the schizophrenia. Yeah. I need an antipsychotic. That's what snapped me out of everything, was finally getting on it. I take Abilify, and it's been a game changer. I get some bad side effects from it. I have ocular dystonia, which is where my eyes will roll back in my head sometimes, and like I look like the Undertaker.
Yeah.
And I'm like kind of blind during it because I can only see the ceiling or the sky. You know, it's kind of scary stuff, but I have to deal with it. I'd rather that than be running around the country talking off my ass. You know.
Yeah, getting like diagnosed for stuff, I don't know, sometimes can be like a real issue because they will almost like assume things based off what you said, or like I had what I think, and I still don't know to this day, I had what I thought was an anxiety attack or like a, you know, something along those lines. And I took myself to the ER because I was at work and I felt like I was going to pass out, just having trouble breathing, and I was like, thoughts were racing, going crazy. And I'm 6'5", 375, so instead of listening to what I got to say, they're like, throw this big fuck on a gurney, and they gave me like 100 different heart tests and monitors and all that stuff, which I had to pay out the ass for, obviously. But I just kept telling them, like, dude, I just think I had like an anxiety attack or like a panic attack, something along those lines. But they just, because of how big I am and stuff, you know, I do have like high blood pressure and things that come with being a giant fuck. But yeah, I think that's just kind of what it boiled down to. But I never learned, because everything came back good, and that's all they gave a fuck about. They didn't really even decide to ask, like, you know, what happened here or any of this stuff. So I never even to this day know what truly happened. But
it's probably a panic attack or something.
That's what it felt like. You know, I've had similar situations like that, but I've kind of been able to pull myself out a little bit, you know. But
dang, you're 6'5", dude.
Yeah.
I take back the Steelers comment, bro.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
And I'm half Japanese, so it's like it doesn't add up, you know. So yeah, it makes no sense. But yeah, what would you say? I guess these days, kind of to branch off that, what would you say keeps you grounded? Just the simple fact that you got the right diagnosis, right meds, or is there other stuff?
I mean, we've already gotten pretty deep. I would say God, to be honest, my spiritual beliefs.
Okay.
And you know, and prayer. Also sobriety, because what I ended up doing was I had like a period of like getting off the hard stuff, but like doing milder stuff, and that like helped me. I don't knock it, because it did help me get off the harder stuff. Like I was like smoking weed and taking kratom sometimes, but like then that turned into its own thing. So it's like eventually I just had to. This last year, I would like have a social drink, but I would make a terrible decision every fucking time I drank. Like, didn't even have to be drunk. Like, I tried donating a kidney the last time I drank.
Whoa.
Literally on TikTok, like seeing somebody, one of my followers, their mom needed a kidney, and I like direct messaged them and was like, I got you, you know. on like three fucking White Claws or whatever it was. Like, it wasn't even nothing crazy. I wasn't even drinking whiskey or nothing. But I just make terrible decisions. So I'm like, all right, and I don't like weed anymore. It gives me panic attacks. So I'm like, all right, my New Year's resolution this year was just 100% sobriety. Like I'm just letting it go, man. And it coincides with my spiritual beliefs because like I decided to grow my hair out. I shaved my head and I'm growing my hair out with my sobriety. So
Okay.
that's like a badge of honor. Like the longer my hair gets, like that's how long I've been sober for, you know. I
Yeah.
know it's kind of like could be a setup for failure, but at the same time for me it gives me something like tangible to like look at as like, okay, like damn, your hair's getting pretty long, dude. Like it's been a minute, you know.
Yeah, but now knowing that, if I see you with a haircut, I'm gonna be like, oh no.
Yeah, well, it's been an on and off thing. I've done this
Okay.
before, so people know that about me. They're like, well, oh, he shaved his head. Damn. But yeah,
Would you say, because I'm guessing right around the times when you started getting like on TikTok and stuff, like would you say like making videos and stuff like that is like a like therapeutic in a sense?
absolutely, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And a lot of it stems from my experiences, like both in the drug world and going through my psychotic episodes. Like a lot of my characters and just my like absurdist humor stems from, you know, dark places, really. Like I have to laugh about it, you know.
When you first started posting on TikTok, because I think that's always been like your largest platform, I believe.
Yes.
How far into it did you realize like, holy shit, I kind of got something cooking here?
So like I said, I got on in 2021, I believe, and within like 6 months, I had 100,000 followers on my old account, and I was like, damn, all right, and like had a couple videos go like semi-viral, like 1 million views, 2 million views, and I was like, damn, all right, so maybe I could do something with this, you know what I mean? And then a couple years later, you know, I came up with Don and Deb. That got me like known locally, like to the point where like, bro, there's a fucking mural of me in my city.
Really?
Yeah, in Lawrenceville, and that's fucking mind blowing.
Yeah.
Like I come from homelessness. I come from begging for change on the corner to having walking down the street and there's my ugly mug up on the fucking wall.
Did you know that was happening, or did you like stumble upon it?
No, the guy reached out to me and asked my permission first.
Nice.
But he's like a well-known muralist here. Jeremy
That's
Raymer.
sick.
Shout out Raymer.
Nice.
I know, because things in the last couple of years on TikTok, there's been a lot of changes and stuff, and we're small in there. We got like just under 400 followers, but even we've noticed in the last couple of years that like if you're not shilling out for like the TikTok store, they really throttle you. You know.
I can't do it. I can't get into that.
Yeah, there's a lot of guys. I mean, and yeah, I wouldn't really want to have to do that either. But there's some people that like they will totally sell out, and it seems like they're making some dough, which you know, good for them. Do what you do, but yeah, I wouldn't want to have to like
advertisements. Like I don't mind doing an ad for somebody.
Sure.
You know what I mean? But like,
Yeah.
as long as I'm able to put my twist on it,
Right.
you know?
Yeah, I wouldn't want to have to pretend that this like Chinese toothbrush is the best thing I've ever used before. You know what I mean? And all that stuff. I just feel like people lie about it. But like, were you like when you really started popping off? Were like, and we don't got to get into specifics, but like, were you making any money off TikTok at any point, or?
So the money I've made has been through ads.
Sure.
Because I've done them like I did Permanis, like I said. I've done Sheets. I don't know if you guys have Sheets out there.
Yeah, they just started popping up a little bit our way.
Yeah. So I've done Sheets, Wiggle Whiskey. That's a local whiskey chain. MacBid. You know, so like I've done like stuff like that, and that's where I was making my money. TikTok itself, every once in a while, if a video pops off and I happen to not cuss in it, because that's the thing, you can't cuss and they have to be over a minute long. and my sweet spot is like 30, 40 seconds long.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And with cussing.
Yeah, that's the thing, which it's sad to say, but these days, like, it's tough to get someone to watch a minute video, which is wild to think about. I mean, we do these, like, you know, we do the long form episodes and stuff, and the YouTube shorts that we post that are 45 seconds, minute long, far surpass anything we post as far as full episodes. Because people just aren't, you know, they can't do it anymore, which it's sad state of affairs, but you do what you got to do. But yeah, I was curious because everyone's kind of story on that side of things always kind of seems to be different, and I know for sure that probably after like 2024, it's kind of been like most people are just getting their views throttled, and you could have, you know, 6-figure followers, but you'll still get as many views as like a platform like ours, which always baffles my mind how they kind of pick and choose.
Funny story about that. I was monetized. Like I said, I didn't make much, but I was in the Creators Fund. Well, like 2.5 months ago or something, I made a joke about letting a raccoon bite me and that I was going to spread rabies through Pittsburgh. Okay. And they flagged it as like a bioterrorist threat and like threatened like to like get the cops on me and like all this shit, and they demonetized me for life. So,
really?
Yes.
And
so
they've not changed that at all.
No, so I don't make shit on TikTok no more. Like, unless I go live.
That's what sucks too, is like it's not even like a human being that makes those decisions.
No.
You know?
No, because even when I appealed it, it was less than a minute left. I got less than a minute, and I got, you know, declined. And I was like, there's no way a person even read that fast.
No, right. and like we used to try to go live on TikTok when we do these episodes, and we'd immediately get flagged for unoriginal content. And it's us. This is our logo. This is me and him doing the show. It's crazy. And it's like, all right, well, I mean, just tell us that we're dog shit. You ain't got to make up fucking unoriginal content. But I don't know.
That's weird because I've uploaded original songs. Yeah. And it's gotten flagged as like copyright strikes.
Yeah.
And it's not even like songs that have samples in them or anything.
Yeah.
Like I sat there with the producer as he made the beat. So I don't understand how that even is a thing.
I mean, we got
a buddy of ours,
like 3 days. On
TikTok we got banned off live, and then
we just talked about gambling, and it said that we were.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we were just like
they don't play
sports
that over
gambling.
there.
They don't mess with gambling, even though there's people on TikTok all the time.
Right.
Sports bets and all that kind of stuff. So,
our buddy Sav, he does our theme song. He posted his own music video, and they copyrighted struck. And that was on YouTube actually, but I always thought that was hilarious. He got a copyright strike for posting his own music video.
Wow.
It's like, yeah, I think they need to tone down the fucking bots or whatever the hell they got them controlling these things, because it sucks, man. You got, if you have, like, just like you're just under 500,000 followers. It's crazy that sometimes 5% of your followers will get to see your video. I think it's just dumb how they can control that stuff. Like, let it out there, and if it performs, it performs. If not, like, let the audience that you built be the judge, not some, you know, artificial intelligence.
Exactly.
Or whatever they got doing it. But I don't know. Yeah, it just I don't know. I feel like we're always talking about TikTok from like 20, probably like 21 to like 24. Like TikTok was rocking, man. It was cool, especially like you could build your own algorithms, and now it's just like every other video is somebody shelling out some bullshit.
Right.
And it's worked a couple times. I ain't gonna lie, and that's my fault. But
I mean, I won't lie. I have merch. Like I have a website. I sell merch.
Yeah. Well, that's your own shit. It's not like it says. You're not. It's not some Chinese piece of junk that you can buy at like the dollar store that they're trying to sell you for $20. But yeah, I mean, if you know, TikTok disappeared like tomorrow, would you just move on to the next platform, or what do you think your pivot would be?
Yeah, probably. Like right now, I'm trying to grow my Instagram.
Yeah, okay.
I'm up to 44,000 followers over there, and that took like less than 2 years, so that's not too bad. Not for Instagram. I've never had more than 1,000 followers on Instagram, so Yeah, it's been like a year and a half, maybe just shy of 2 years, something like that. So that's pretty good.
Have you? Because it's been huge for us, so it'd probably be even better for you. But have you got into YouTube Shorts?
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
I was gonna say we just started doing that. And it's been pretty remarkable for us.
yeah. I don't do so hot on YouTube. I got right now. I think like my most viewed short is like 2.1K or something.
Oh, really? I mean, that's close to what we got on a few videos.
Yeah. Well, the thing is to monetize on YouTube. I think it's like some crazy number. Like,
It's hard to obtain for sure.
yeah, it's like a few mil in the past 90 days. I think it is. You have to have a few million. So I'm actually right now about to. I'm sitting here scripting long form content for YouTube. I'm gonna make like 3 to 5 minute long videos and just take some of my characters and flesh them out
Yeah,
and make little, little videos. And I'm gonna incorporate some of my friends.
Nice.
that'd be cool.
Oh, I did want to touch on that a little bit because you said that you pulled from your darker times and applied it to the characters that you have now. Where do you get your comedic inspiration from, or is it kind of tailored to like what you like in general from multiple different areas?
So like my biggest inspiration as far as like another person would be Eric Andre, just for the simple fact that I I relate to coming out hot with the absurdist humor, and then now like I'm doing voice acting with like a cleaner like cartoon and stuff. Obviously I'm not even remotely on his level, but the fact that he can do it shows me there is a shot for me, because he can have the most outrageous show ever and then voice the Lion King. So it's
Right.
like to me, that really inspires me, because like I've lost out on, I'm not going to name no names, but I've had companies reach out to me. One just recently, I was supposed to do a 3-part ad for, and they ended up ghosting me because my content's too inappropriate. So it's like, and I've run into that a lot actually, where people will reach out and then I'll post some shit, some wild shit, and they're just like, maybe not.
Which that's lame on their part, because that tells me they're just being like, oh, he's got 500K followers. Let's message him, and they don't even look at any of your shit until after you guys are like, yeah, let's do it, and then they'll be like, all right, let's see what he's about. Which I think that's lame. Like, do your research,
Yeah.
and then reach out.
Yeah, that hurt my feelings, but it is
Yeah.
what it is.
I believe it.
But then I'll have like, for example, like Kennywood, which is our local amusement park. They fuck with me heavy, dude. They let me and my family come down anytime we want for free. They've let me go down there and do a podcast down there, like all this stuff. And that's a family amusement park.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But they know that I'm not, just because I'm outrageous, like I'm not like some weirdo. Like I'm like, I'm a genuine person.
Right.
So I don't know, so it's weird. I get mixed signals in this city.
I was going to touch on that a little bit because you did mention about them ghosting you, and obviously you found success doing the content creation that you have been doing. But do you find it any harder given the society that we live in with cancel culture, and that some say what comedy is dead in the sense of that because of people are really sensitive and you can't make jokes?
So cancel culture gets on my fucking nerves. I think that they're, yes, to a degree, like we were maybe a little too insensitive in the past, but like comedy's comedy, man, and it's subjective. And the thing is, like like I'm sorry, but some of us ain't gonna give a fuck about that cancel culture shit. Like I mean I'm pretty PC overall. I don't like go out of my way to like offend people. But I
Right.
mean, then I'll have like a video where I'm like drilling myself. So it's like, you know what I mean? Like you never know what exactly I'm gonna do, but I don't know. I think you gotta kind of unfortunately walk the line with that shit. But I don't know. Some of that stuff is insufferable. Just
Oh,
for
100%.
me personally, some of it's like, dude, you guys are reaching and you're taking it too far. Where it's like, what do you laugh about then? Tell me that
Yeah.
because my humor needs to be dark and it needs to be whacked. You know?
Yeah. It's because some of like the dark stuff, like sometimes you have to laugh at it almost. And
Right.
I feel like there's comedy for everything. It's not pinpointed to discriminate against really any specifics. I mean, comedy really touches all aspects of life, and I think it's all open, all fair game. And I might be insensitive to a fault, like from a numbing standpoint. And
Right.
I don't know if that could be an uncultured aspect of myself, but I mean, some things that some find really like get really sensitive over. I'm like, what's the big deal? You know,
Right.
to each their own.
I wake up every day. I'm not gonna lie to you. One of my like biggest anxieties is like, is this the day I get canceled? Because I do walk that line, you know.
Mhm.
Like some of the stuff I post is pretty out there, and not only that, I'll think about like, oh, is this the day that like some old video of me in a psychosis comes out and I get canceled because I was
Right.
saying wild shit, you know? Like, so, but my whole thing is, man, I can't just like when I was agoraphobic and when I overcame that, I can't let fear rule me. You know, I can't. It's maddening when it does. And then I've had it happen multiple times throughout my life where I just let like cower into the corner in my head, you know, and then I eventually snap out, and that's not good neither. Like I just need to. I'm finding a balance with it where it's like, all right, well, those who fuck with me are going to, and those who aren't, and that's fine. I can't win everybody over, and I'm not trying to. You know, like I'll find my people. You know.
Yeah. Couple more things before we get out of here. It kind of goes off what you guys are talking about. Is there like maybe one of your more popular videos, like a funny comedic video, that people enjoy that maybe came from a dark place?
Yeah. Well, I mean, that my main like biggest video is that rap where I said I got ringworm on my dong tip. No, I don't really have that, but I got
Good.
I got
That's good. They
ringworm on
cleared
my
up.
dong tip. I have a panic attack if I take a bong rip. Like that, I literally do have panic attacks if I smoke weed now. So that came from a dark place. But like stuff like that, or trying to think. I mean, a lot of it stems from like I'll joke about, you know, stuff I've been through. So I don't know. I'm trying to think of one specifically. I can't really think of one other than that. But I
Yeah.
mean, all of it really, all of like my humor comes from like, you know, I've joked about being homeless. I've joked about being on drugs. So I had a whole kratom run for like a couple years where I would just freestyle about kratom. I've now switched it to jankum. I don't know if you've seen any of those. I now rap about
Yeah.
huffing
Yeah.
shit fumes. So
Yeah. And I don't blame you on the weed stuff, man. Like me and him, we both drive trucks, so it's been like almost a decade at this point since we've smoked, and I'd be deathly afraid of anything that's coming out today. I used to smoke mids, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Nowadays, it's like you hear these guys like, yeah, I got this shit where it's like half Jupiter rock, half brain poison.
Right.
Like, what is that? I don't want anything to do with that because I'll be in the corner like crying or something. I wouldn't know what to mess with. any of that stuff. Edibles, like stuff today is like out of this world.
If
Speak for
mids
yourself,
were
Bobby.
still sorry.
You're good. Go ahead.
If mids were still a thing, I'd probably still smoke. But
Yeah, it's like,
but yeah,
man.
this new shit, moon rocks and all that. I'm good.
Yeah, dude.
You
It's
got me.
crazy.
I might be in the minority then, because I cannot wait until the next time I'm able to rip.
Yeah, you
a
say
fucking
that.
bong.
Oh no, dude, I would love to. I wish it doesn't mesh with my brain chemistry. You know.
Oh, sure, yeah. I mean, that's completely fair. I mean, I've also had some experiences of like like laying next to my wife, being like, "Help me, I think I'm dying." Situations,
Right.
Yeah.
but but I mean, those are actually so far in between to what I actually experience on the. Most of the time, I'm just chill. I'll sit on the couch and watch a movie, but those times do happen. It freaks you out and it might scare you straight a little bit, but. I'm gonna try some moon rock one of these days.
Right. I would love to. I would
Careful.
love to do dabs. But my whole thing
yeah.
is I have because of my schizophrenia, I really should stay away from like psychoactive substances. You know what I mean? Because it could trigger an episode. So I just don't mess with it. But man, I would love to. Trust me. I would be Cali sober all day.
Yeah. Do a dab and go ghost hunting. It was great.
Right.
Yeah, or blackout at the Rally's drive-through or McDonald's drive-through. Yeah, those are the days. But yeah, man. Before I finish off with our last question that we ask all our guests, I'm just curious about some Pittsburgh stuff. We're big foodie guys, so we talked a little bit. When we first brought you on, we talked about Manny Bros and stuff. What are some Pittsburgh bangers, man?
Portofino's.
Okay, which is the sandwich, right?
Yeah, it's a hefty boy. It's man, and it's like, I'm a big dude. Like, I'm not as big as you, but I'm 6 foot and I'm 225, and I fucking have to crush like it in 2 meals, maybe 3. Like I can't fucking finish it. It's incredible, but I'm trying to think. We got Fiore's Pizza is really good. We have Betos. Some people like it, some people don't. The whole city's torn on that one because it's like unmelted cheese
On pizza, right?
on pizza, right?
I did see something about that. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's like a phenomenon. Yeah,
some people
I
love
would
it
try it
and some don't. It's
because the sauce is hot, but the cheese is cold, right?
yes.
Yeah, I think I'd like it.
Yeah, it's not bad, but it's like an adult lunchable pizza.
Yeah, I guess
You know
that's
what I
fair. Yeah, right.
Trying to think. I like. We've got this Mexican spot called Totopo, and they're incredible. I eat like shit, man. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm like a McDonald's guy. So,
Right.
but if I have the money, I'll eat better. but yeah, I mean, those are my suggestions. Is definitely try Portofino's, Fiore's Pizza, Betos if you're into the adult lunchable thing, and Totopo. And we got Los Palmas, which is the like legit Mexican street food, like tacos and all that.
Is one of those places a spot that Don would take Deb on a date? You think? Or maybe even lower
No,
class than
Don takes Deb down the lounge, which
Okay.
is the Boulevard Lounge,
Yeah.
which is for Wednesday wing night.
Okay. That's right up my alley right there.
Yeah. No, they're good too. Their wings are good.
That's what I'm talking about right
That's
there.
my old bar. I used to work there, live there, all that.
And now is that where the two people you based at? Is that where they're at, or is that a different place?
Yeah, so Brookline is where Dawn is from.
Okay.
And Deb is from Dormont, which is right next to it. But Dormont is a little fancier than Brookline.
Have they seen the videos?
So Deb's like bougie. No, so Deb, the actual Deb is deceased.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, rest in peace. But she never got a chance to see them. They didn't come out till after she died. But Donnie has seen him. He's tried to message me on Facebook, and I don't accept it because he's probably looking for a cut. But no, he's all right. He's kind of shot out. I don't know. I've accepted his requests before, and he just sends me reels all day long.
That sounds
and I can't do it. I can't do it. I've already got a few people that do that to me.
Yeah. Yeah, 100%. But, Joe, I'm going to ask you the question we ask all our guests at the end of each episode, and that is, knowing what you know today, what is one thing you would tell your 18-year-old self?
Honestly, I hate that it got this deep, but get on meds, bro. That's what I would tell my 18-year-old self, is get on meds. Get off the drugs and get on meds. You know? That was the game changer for me. Like, I hate that that's the case, but it really was. Like, and I know meds ain't for everybody. I don't push them for everybody, but for me, it was definitely much needed. Had to happen. It changed my whole life, man. I owe it to going to jail that time and everything. Like, I wouldn't be where I'm at now if it wasn't for all that. So.
Yeah, it's always having to hit rock bottom,
right?
Finally kind of claim it. Like, my dad was a pretty bad alcoholic most of my life, and then he kind of hit his rock bottom, went to jail, and did a couple of stints and stuff, and I think he's been sober like 10 years, probably 12 years or something. So
that's awesome.
Unfortunately, it sucks that it does. You do got to fall the way down, but sometimes that's kind of the only thing that'll work. So
right.
It's always good, but
that wasn't even my deepest bottom. That's the crazy part. Is it was just the clarity of getting on the meds and coming to. That was what was like the turning point for me. Was just I was so lucid, and I was like, oh shit, I really fucked up. So
some people have said that you're a deep bottom. Is that true?
A deep bottom.
Just kidding. But Joe, before we hang up here, give everyone your socials, your YouTube channel, all that good stuff, where they can find you, follow you, watch what you're putting out, all that good stuff.
So everything is Joe Long Dan, DAHN, including my website, joelongdan.com, except for TikTok. TikTok is Joe Long Talk. So
okay,
that's it.
There it is. D'Lo, before we end off, do you have anything else you want to say or ask?
You covered it all, Bobby. I think you covered it all.
Sounds like Joe's about to get picked up, so
right. Fuck. They're here.
Well, I guess with that, Joe, we really appreciate you coming on, man. We've been looking forward to this for weeks. It's been great. Yeah, something crazy is going on, dude. Are we sure? We're about to see some shit here live.
Ambulance. It's actually an ambulance.
Oh, okay. Well, that sucks for that person, but at least it's not.
Yeah.
Not the feds popping in.
That'd be hilarious.
Crazy, dude. That'd be good for us, I guess. Be crazy, some good views, I guess. But
get swatted right at the end of the episode.
Yeah, dude.
We do this to all our guests, actually.
Yeah, we swat you at the end of each episode. That's our thing.
It's kind of a gag.
But Joe, you're the man, dude. Like I said, I remember I popped in one of your live streams and asked if you do an episode. You obliged, set it up, easy peasy. So we really appreciate it, man. But with that, Dylan, you know what time it is?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thanks so much for the time, Joe. Sorry you didn't hear the first half hour of the show's crazy debates over wings and
no worries.
Abilities of it being able to carry out your food if it's the first time you're trying it. But neither here or there. We appreciate your patience nonetheless and giving us some of your time on this Saturday night. We're going to have to check out those Pittsburgh spots for sure.
Absolutely. Thank you, guys.
Yeah, not a problem. From myself, Bobby, and Joe, you all have a wonderful week, friends. Be sure to follow us on all of our social platforms. Hit that like button, subscribe, comment, share. Tell all your friends about us. It's free to do, and it takes about 5 seconds at TSP_2019. Take care, fellas.
TSP, we like to welcome you. Every show we drop a gem on you to invest in you. We giving you the game, not no lame shit. These other podcasts talk about the same shit. We talk sports, world news, entertainment.